Segment 13, from our final source in Salem, Massachusetts. Kilgallen's obituary was placed in the Salem MA newspaper on November 8, 2018. On November 29, 2018, our source contacted us and I continued to converse with them for nearly 2 months. Source: Are you the folks that have been looking for detailed information regarding Dorothy Kilgallen? Brian: Yes, I am. Source: I thought you may have found me. Brian: No. Our New Orleans source told us to try reaching out to New York or Massachusetts. So we decided to place an obituary in the Salem newspaper to see what type of response we would receive. Source: All right. What would stop me now from talking? Fear of dying? I'll tell you what I know about how they found Kilgallen and what they discovered in her bedroom. I must confess, that much of this was common knowledge before Lee Israel began writing her book in 1975. When the 2 detectives went upstairs to her bedroom, they first found the window air conditioner was left on. Second, the bedroom was located in the back of the townhouse on the 3rd floor. Third, she was sitting up in her husband's bed. There were 2 single beds in the room with a nightstand in between. There were 2 pillows behind her back, and there were markings on the left side of her face and neck. The vodka tonic drink was on the nightstand. A lamp was on the nightstand and a light on in the dressing room. A chair was obviously moved in the room. The detectives Jack Doyle and Jimmy Green were the ones investigating the scene. Another man was there, but I don't know his identity. When the medical examiner came to remove her body and the covers were pulled back, they noticed the bed sheets suggested her body may have been slid in the bed. There was no pill vial on the nightstand. There was a hard copybook with a dust cover laying next to her hand on the bed. Her right hand was approximately 3 to 4 inches from the book. It was opened and upside down on the bed. When they removed the body, they quickly examined the bed sheets that suggested her body was slid into the bed. Also, the bed sheets were pulled up to her chest area. There was makeup around her neck and chest, which probably came from the makeup she wore on What's My Line. At this time, another man appeared and made an abrupt left on the same floor. He went into a room with 2 small double doors and stayed in that room for approximately 30 minutes. He had a small paper bag in his hands when he exited the room. Did any of your other sources tell you there was another glass involved? Brian: Yes, we are aware of another glass. Source: Would you tell me the identity of that glass? Brian: It was a shot glass. Source: That's correct. There was another glass that was removed from that same room, probably from a guest. This person left. Others were there, I just don't know who they were. This was such a long time ago. It's hard to obtain a lot of detail after this much time has passed. There were some police there, and did anyone tell you the color of the police car? Brian: Yes, it was green and white with black front fenders. Source: That's correct. Did you know that the actress Joan Crawford showed up later? She was smaller in stature than how the movies portrayed her. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning regarding her death and this issue with the moved chair in her room. Actually, the chair was pulled away from the wall just enough to be noticed. If it's all right with you, I would like to stay anonymous and not divulge my former occupation. Brian: I understand, and that's fine. Source: Mark Sinclair, the hairdresser, said Kilgallen did not actually die in her bedroom. She died in the room the unidentified man entered to retrieve his glasses. So I will talk to you tomorrow with more information on her death. The next segment, scheduled around June 2026, will include details on how Kilgallen died and may help answer some outstanding questions on behalf of the public.